This is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. We're going to continue with our 1969 one-and-done tournament, Strat-O-Matic card and dice, using advanced and some super advanced rules. And today's matchup, the number 13 seeded Philadelphia Phillies, who are 63-99, taking on the 4 seed St. Louis Cardinals, 87-75. This is the first round of 16. The top 8 teams make it to the Sweet 16 via the bye. The starting lineups for the Phillies: at second base is Taylor. Joseph will play third. Allen will play first. The cleanup hitter is Larry Heisel in center. Deron Johnson's in left. Callison's in right. Money is at short. Ryan will do the catching and bat eighth. And Rick Wise will pitch and bat ninth. Rick Wise, right-handed pitcher in 1969 for the Philadelphia Phillies, 15-13 with a 3.23 earned run average. For the St. Louis Cardinals, the 4 seed, Lou Brock leads things off in left, followed by Curt Flood in center, Veda Pinson in right, Joe Torre at first, Tim McCarver doing the catching, Mike Shannon will be at third, Julian Javier will be at second, batting eighth, playing shortstop is Dal Maxfield, and the intense one, Bob Gibson, will bat ninth and do the pitching. Gibson, 20 wins, 13 losses, 2.18 earned run average after the year of the pitcher, so he was still absolutely outstanding, Bob Gibson. It's going to be quite a good pitching matchup between Wise and Gibson. So let's get to rolling some Strat-O-Matic baseball. RJL's at the ballpark. He's wishing everyone happy Father's Day, and happy Father's Day to everyone. Sip of water. And let's begin the game. Remember to check out RJL's channel. Lots of big Mets stuff on there, and he's doing some payoff pitch card and dice and some action PC baseball. All right, here we go. Bob Gibson will face Taylor, Joseph, and Allen of the Phillies. Gibson, right-handed thrower, good for 9 innings before the point of weakness starts. Rick Wise, 7 innings, and that's when his point of weakness check starts. Here's Tony Taylor. McCarver behind the plate. The pitch to Taylor, ball game on the way. 4-10 righty-righty matchup. 4-10 ground ball to short. Dal Maxfield is a 2, and that's a 10. 2-10 goes to an error check. We re-roll the red die. That's a 9. Maxfield's an E27. E27, Maxfield backhands it, fires to first for out number 1. Nice play by Dal Maxfield. Taylor's retired 6-3. That's what it will be. Peter Griffin, how you doing, my friend? Hope all is well. That'll bring up Rick Joseph, third baseman, right-handed batter. The windup and the pitch from Gibson, 3-11. 3-11, ground ball slowly hit to first, fielded by Torre, who tosses to Gibson, 2 down. 2 ground ball outs induced by Bob Gibson. Jack Dawson, hope all is well. Check out his wonderful YouTube channel. 2 outs, base is empty for the first baseman, Dick Allen. A lot of boom in his bat. Another righty-righty matchup. McCarver wiggles the fingers. Gibson with a quick nod of the head. The violent windup and the pitch to Allen. 5-7. 5-7 and a 15. Allen strikes this ball. Line shot to center. 1-4 would have been a double. We rolled a 15. So Dick Allen keeps the inning alive. Single to center. Allen not, well, he actually is a threat of stealing. He's a B stealer. They're going to hold him close with Torre. So Torre's range will go from 3 to a 4 because he's holding Allen on. So Allen will only be a +1 with 2 outs. That'll bring up Larry Heisel, the center fielder. Gibson peeks the first, looks in at McCarver. He kicks and deals to Larry Heisel. 410. 410. Ground ball to Donald Maxwell. He's been a busy beaver. Maxwell again, that's a 2. And a 7. Maxwell has it. Quick release to first, and the side is retired. So the 2-out single doesn't hurt. The green pen doesn't seem to want to write. We go to the bottom. We're going to have to switch pens. This pen does not want to write. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. Good job by Gibson. Due up for the Cardinals. Brock, Flood, and Pinson. And let's try to get this green pen to write. Here we go. There we go. Again, happy Father's Day to everyone. Whether your father is here or not. First Father's Day for me without my dad. Kind of a sucky day. But you remember all the good memories. That's all I can say. Ken Castro, how you doing, ID Gesture? Check out those ID Gestures channel. All right, due up for the Cardinals, Brock, Flood, and Pinson. I think I just said that. And here's Rick Wise. Point of weakness check starts in the 7th. He's a right-handed batter. These pitchers are actually a couple of good hitting pitchers. So here's Lou Brock. You want to keep him off the base paths. He's a double-A stealer, left-handed batter. Rise ready to work. The pitch to Lou Brock. 3-11. Right-handed pitcher, 3-11. There's a single to center. So Lou Brock singles to center. And you know he's going. And again, this green pen is driving. I don't know why I chose the green pen to start the game off with, but I did. So Brock is at first. Double-A stealer. Wise is a +2 on the hold. That's awful. Mike Ryan, the former Red Sox catcher, is a 0, so it's a +2. 1 through 19, he's going. The throwdown's a 12, and Brock steals second. You got to keep him off the base paths. He's going to steal all day. Stolen base for Lou Brock. So he's in scoring position for Curt Flood, and every major league player should thank Curt Flood for the money they're making now. Do they? No, because they don't know the history of baseball. Anyhow, Flood, right-handed batter, center fielder. Brock at second. And they're not going to hold him close. Wise is ready to work. Ryan sets a target. The pitch to Curt Flood. Righty-righty matchup. That's a 4-6. Righty-righty 4-6. And a 13. And that's a single to center. Brock will race around from second as it's 2 stars. And it's 1-0 Cardinals to the joy of ID Gesture. So Curt Flood singles in a run. This Cardinal team is actually pretty good. I know the Mets ran away with the division, but this Cardinal team, looking at it, they could be dark horses to win this one-and-done tournament. And if the Phillies somehow get through this game, again, they have some tough pitching. Their lineup's not the best, but their pitching's not bad. My initial thoughts without playing these teams. And any team with Bob Gibson I like. All right, so Brock scores 1-0 on the RBI single by Flood. As that was a split, would have been a double, but we rolled a 13. I'd like to say hello to Larry Harris, Tribes fan, and Todd B. Thank you for joining us. Here's Veda Pinson. He's another left. This Cardinal lineup goes righty, lefty, all the way, down the lineup, basically. Wise is ready to work. They're not holding Flood on. The pitch to Pinson. 6-5, left-handed batter, 6-5, fly ball, center field. Retreating back to first is Flood. Heisel makes the catch, 1 down. As Wise has to limit the damage here. Now I'll bring up Joe Torre, really a tremendous player. A fringe Hall of Famer as a player. He's in as a manager, obviously. Oops, That's not right. I just did that wrong. There we go. 1 out, Flood at first. Here's Joe Torre. Hello to Max Cornelius. Wise, try to keep the ball down low, induce the double play. The windup and the pitch to Torre. 2-11, righty-righty matchup. 2-11, that ball is deep to left. Leaping at the wall, making the catch. Does Johnson have it? Duran Johnson has just robbed Joe Torre of a homer. Holy cow. Not known for his fielding. The 2-11, a home run for Torre. Righty-righty matchup. 1 through 13, we rolled a 19. Quickly racing back to first is Curt Flood. What a great catch in left by Duran Johnson. Robbing Torre of a homer. 2 down. Could have easily been 3-0 right there. Those are the ones that come back to haunt you in these one-and-done series. And that'll bring up Tim McCarver, left-handed batting catcher. Flood will be off on contact. They will hold him close to make him a +1, 1 through 17. Wise looks in at Ryan. The windup and the pitch to McCarver. 5-6. Pick up some sticks. Left-handed batter. 5-6. And that's a single. 1 star, though. So Flood has to hold. That's a bummer. He'll hold at second, as it's a single 1 star. 5-6. 1 through 16 is a single. We rolled a 2. Otherwise, it was a ground out. Inning stays alive on the McCarver single. First and second, 2 outs. I forgot to put the 1 here for the Cardinals if you're just joining us. 1-0. Brock singled, stole second, and scored on the Flood single. And that brings up Mike Shannon, third baseman. Wise takes a deep breath. He rocks and deals to Shannon. 1-7. Righty-righty matchup. 1-7. And there's a single. But it's only 1 star. And again, single 1 through 13. We rolled a 3. Bases are juiced. Wise having difficulty in this inning. And think if Torre had the homer. Phillies get the bullpen up and loosening in this one-and-done series. As Larry Harris said, he was ready to hear a bippity-boppity boom. Almost had a bippity-boppity boom to the moon. That'll bring up the 7th place hitter, Julian Javier, second baseman. Good hitter in 1969. No place to put Julian. Ryan goes out to have a word with Wise. Back behind the plate. The pitch to Julian Javier. 1-0 Cardinals. 6-6. Get your kicks on Route 66. 6-6. Fly ball right field. Going back a bit. Reaching up and making the catches. Callison. And you have to say the Phillies dodged a bullet there. The Cardinals put on a plethora of runners, but only get 1. Also, thanks to the Duran Johnson leaping catch, robbing Joe Torre of a homer to left. We go to the top of the second, 1-0 Cardinals. Due up for the Phillies as the green pen starts to flow easy. Johnson, who just made that tremendous catch. Callison and Money. Though this Don Money, his hit not very Money-like. Didn't hit well at all in 69. Strat-O-Matic Card&Dice, 1969 one-and-done tournament. Dave Gardner, how you doing, my friend? Dave's been playing a lot of History Maker golf. Look forward to a video there when he's ready. But I enjoy reading his recaps on Digital to Dice on Facebook. Enjoying the Facebook groups I belong to, such as Glory Days Boxing, Digital Dice, and Tabletop Baseball and Baseball Extravaganza, and a few more. Here's Deron Johnson to face Bob Gibson. Let's see if Bob Gibson gives him a close shave. Righty-righty matchup. Deron Johnson, 17 homers in 69. The pitch from Gibby to Johnson. 5-7. 5-7 with a 5, and that's a single to center. Deron Johnson rips that inside fastball over the head of Bob Gibson, and he glares at him as he goes down to first, and that's not going to make Gibby happy. So a 5-7, let's double check so Al doesn't mess up with dyslexia. No, that's a single. It was a double 1 through 4. We rolled a 20. It is a single. So Deron Johnson singles. Tying run at first, and he is not going anywhere. They will not hold him on. That'll bring up Johnny Callison, the right fielder. Callison, a horrible bunter, so that's not going to happen. Gibson hoping for a double play ball. Callison digs in. McCarver sets the target. The pitch from Gibson. 2-12. Right-handed pitcher, 2-12. Line shot! Diving catch by the second baseman. Javier, from his knees, he throws to first, and they double up Deron Johnson. Oh, my Lord, Johnson gets doubled up on the line drive. That is a 2-12. Could have been a triple play had two players been on, but it's a line-out second maximum. What a play by Julian Javier. Deron Johnson is out. Callison lines into the double play, 4-3. Gibson looks at his second baseman with that glare of that's what you're supposed to do. And here comes Don Money, who was not Money-like in 69. Money digs in the right-hander's batter's box. The high leg kick and the pitch from Gibby. Gibson fires in a 2-7. Lots of sevens tonight. 2-7. Fly ball to left, excuse me. And that's going to be out number 3. Making the catch is Lou Brock. So an exciting double play there aids Gibson and the Cardinals. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 St. Louis. Due up for the 69 Cardinals. Maxville, Gibson, the top of the order, Lou Brock. The Phillies got I almost batted Rick Wise 7th because Money and Ryan are basically automatic outs at the bottom of that order. And I almost put the pitcher 7th because he's actually a decent hitting pitcher, but I didn't because eventually you might pinch hit for him. All right, here's Dahl Maxville, weak hitting shortstop. Wise deals quickly to Maxville, 1-5. Righty-righty matchup, 1-5, and he walked him. You do not want to walk Dahl Maxville, but that one column is tough there for Maxville. That's his best column, and he works a walk. So Maxville's at first, and here comes Bob Gibson. Gibson uses a pitcher's hitter's card number 4, which the 1 column's not bad at all, and there's actually a couple of hits on the 3 column. He was a decent hitting pitcher. And Gibby is a B bunter. They would play for the bunt, and I think he would be bunting. So he goes from a B to a C. Here's a pitch from Wise. Gibson squares the bunt. It's a 4. That's going to be a good one. Fielding it is Wise. He thinks about going to second, but then goes to first for the out. Maxville advances to second. Gibson is retired 1-4 as Taylor was covering first on the wheel play. So a good job by Bob Gibson. One out, top of the order for Lou Brock. He's 1 for 1. He singled, stole the base, and scored a run. Maxville in scoring position. First base open. Flood on deck. The windup and the pitch to Lou Brock. Wise tosses up a 6-8. Left-handed batter, 6-8. Fly ball, left field, out number 2. Making the catch is Deron Johnson. That was a much easier catch than the one he had on Joe Torre to rob the homer. So 2 down. Maxwell will be off on contact. And 1 through 14. Do we want to hold him close? No. So it'll be a +2. 1 through 16. Here's Curt Flood. He knocked in a run. 1 for 1 with a ribby. Single. Can he do it again? The windup and the pitch to Flood. Wise fires in a 6-11. Righty-righty, 6-11. Fly ball, right field, defense check. The right fielder is Callison. He has a 2 range and a 19. He will make the play. We'll just make sure nothing wacky happens here. Right field, 2-19. Sinking line drive, and he makes the diving catch. And the side is retired. So a great play by Callison in right, robbing Flood of another hit and ribby. Top of the third, 1-0 Cardinals. Due up for the Phillies, Ryan. Wise in the top of the order, Taylor. So the Cardinals, once again, had an opportunity to score more runs, but they do not. Top of the third, Bob Gibson back up on the bump. Here's Mike Ryan, weak-hitting catcher, former Boston Red Sox, was on the 67 Impossible Dream Team. The pitch from Gibson to Ryan, 3-7. 3-7, swing and a miss, overpowered by the fastball of Gibson. That's Gibby's first K, 1 down. And I'll bring up Rick Wise. He uses pitcher's hitters card number 5. 3 column is excellent. Good God, there's only 1 out on it. And it's a split. He hits that 3 column. Odds are he's getting on. That's why I almost batted him 7th. Steelers fan 1933, hope all is well. Happy Father's Day to everyone once again. The pitch from Gibson to Rick Wise. He doesn't get that 3 column. That's a 5-4. 5-4. And this could be a play for the catcher, Tim McCarver. 5-4. Yeah, Wise is a right-hander. Right-handed batter. 5-4 play for McCarver. Defense check. So McCarver is a 3, and that's a 2. So a 3 and a 2. Wild pitch, then a pop-up. So it's just a pop-up. McCarver tosses the mask askew, makes the catch after the wild pitch by Gibson. As Gibson sent the message to Rick Wise, high and tight. Wise just got the hell out of the way and then pops up after he poops his pants. So there's 2 down, and Wise is glaring at Gibson. I don't know if you want to do that, Mr. Rick. Top of the order, and Tony Taylor. He grounded to short, 0 for 1. Gibson works quickly to Taylor. 6-6. You get your kicks on Route 66. 6-6 and a 10. Line shot right at the third baseman, Shannon, and the side is retired. Great reaction by Mike Shannon. Taylor, 0 for 2. Bottom of the third, still 1-0 Cardinals, as a pitching duel has ensued. Sean Shiflett, how you doing, my friend? This tournament is brought to you by Sean Shiflett, who gifted me the 1969 season. That was very kind of him, and then he wouldn't let me buy him a gift. But that was very kind of him. Due up for the Cardinals, Pinson, Torrey, and McCarver. Sip of water. Steelers fan, how goes your 2nd and 10 project with every Steelers season? So here's Pinson. 0 for 1. He flew out to center. Wise has been shaky in these first 2 innings, excuse me, but has only given up 1 run. The pitch to Pinson from Wise. Wise tosses up a 6-5. Left-handed batter, 6-5. Ground ball to first. Up with it is Dick Allen. He'll take it to the bag himself. 1 down. Pinson is now 0 for 2. Keith White, how you doing? Hope all is well. And here comes Joe Torre. He was robbed of a 2-run homer on the leaping catch by Duran Johnson in left. He's looking for revenge. Wise needs to keep this ball down low. Ryan pounds the mitt, sets the target, imploring Wise to hit it. The pitch to Joe Torre, brother of Frank. 1-9, 1-9, swing and a miss. As Wise hits the spot, there are 2 down. That's Rick Wise's first strikeout. So 2 away. Base is empty for Tim McCarver, who singled. 1 for 1 is Timmy. The pitch to McCarver. Wise fires in. 4s across the board. That's a 4-8. McCarver's hoping for it to be great. 4-8. Well, it's great for Rick Wise. Strike 3 on the breaking pitch. Ryan applies the tag as the ball hit the dirt. And the side is retired with Wise striking out the last 2 Cardinals. We go to the top of the 4th. 1-0 here in St. Louis. The winner advances to the Sweet 16 round. Remember, the top 8 teams got automatic byes to the Sweet 16. So this is the first set of 16. Steeler fan says, I'm chipping away, but I have 4 projects going, and right now I'm spending most of my time on my Glory Days boxing. Oh, what a tremendous game. We're going to be bringing you a Glory Days boxing to the channel quite soon again. Last one we put up, Marciano Holmes, was an epic. If you haven't seen it, please, if you want to, check it out. Clinton Parks, how you doing? Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to one and all. And it will be Joseph, Allen, and Heisel to face Bob Gibson. 1-0 Cardinals, top of the 4th. Rick Joseph, 0 for 1. He grounded to the pitcher. Gibby's ready to work. He fires in the pitch to Rick Joseph. 3-6. Pick up some sticks. 3-6. Swing and a miss. Gibson blows the fastball by him. That's Gibby's second. Gibson glares at Joseph. Now bring up Dick Allen. Dick Allen does not fear Bob Gibson. Bob Gibson does not fear anyone. As Gibson will knock you right down if he wants to. Allen digs in, looking to grip and rip. Can he tie this game at 1 with one mighty swing? Gibson picks up the sign from McCarver. The violent windup and the pitch to Dick Allen. 2-7, 2-7. Swing and a miss at the high heat. Gibson looking to strike out the side now. Allen's now 1 for 2. Gibson is pumped up. He is pumped up, and here comes Larry Heisel. Heisel grounded to short. Gibson wants that damn ball. He rocks and fires to Heisel. 1-7, 1-7. Swing and a miss! And Gibson has just struck out the side. He glares at Heisel. Then he glares at the Phillies dugout, and they don't want any piece of the mighty Bob Gibson. Bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Cardinals. Due up for the Cardinals, Shannon, Javier, and Maxville. If anyone gets on, the intense one, Bob Gibson. So Gibson has now struck out 4. He's on a roll. Mike Shannon, 1 for 1. He singled in his first at-bat. Rick Wise had a better 3rd inning than the prior. He's ready. The windup and the pitch to Mike Shannon. Don't call him Del Shannon. 2-9, 2-9, 2-9. Strike 3. Big swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. Fooled badly. Rick Wise has now struck out 3 in a row as he struck out the final 2 batters in the bottom of the 3rd. 1 out, no one on for Julian Javier, who flew out to right. Ryan wiggles the fingers. Wise nods his head. The pitch to Julian Javier. 5-7. Righty-righty matchup. 5-7. Strike 3. Paints the outside corner with the slider. Javier doesn't like the call. But guess what? Rick Wise has just struck out 4 in a row. And Wise glares at Gibson in the Cardinal dugout. Remember, Gibson brushed Wise back when he threw the ball right over his head. And then Wise popped up with poop in his pants. So here's Dahl Maxfield. Wise looking to strike out the side. He walked his first time up. Gibson on deck. Oh boy. Wise is ready. Arms down to his chest. The leg kick and the pitch to Dahl Maxfield. 5-4. Righty-righty. 5-4. Ground ball to third. Third baseman for the Phillies is Joseph. He's a 4. That's a 1, and that's going to be a base hit. We'll just double check on that. 4-1. Third base. That's a single. Past the dive of Joseph. So Dahl Maxfield singles, and this is what we wanted to see. Bob Gibson versus Rick Wise. Wise, again, still has some squishies in his pants. And now Gibson, who had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. I don't know where the hell to put this card. I guess we'll go like this. The pitch from Wise to Gibby. 3-11. Single! Bob Gibson says, take that fastball, shove it up your bleep, and he rips a shot over the head of Rick Wise as he has almost beheaded him twice, once at the plate and now once at the mound. That ball's hit to center. Maxfield, with 2 outs, was not being held on. So he's a +2, 1 through 16. The ball's hit to center. Their center fielder is Heisel, -1, 1 through 15. Maxfield's going to try to go first to third with 2 outs, and he just gets in there. 14. So Maxfield goes first to third. Gibson singles. Unbelievable. Bob Gibson doing it all like Bogey and Bacall. So first and third. Gibson a slow runner. I better make sure I use the right side of the card. Yep, I did. So first and third, top of the order, Lou Brock. Big Clue, how you doing? Hope all is well. 1-0, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Brock, 1 for 2. He singled, stole a base and scored and flew out to left. Wise has to settle in here. He's ready. Ryan sets a target to pitch to Lou Brock. 1-4. Will it close the door? 1-4. And that's a shot to the gap. No one's going to get there. It's going to take a funny hop. 2 runs are going to score. Gibson's being waved around from first. Here's the relay throw to third, and Brock slides in with a triple. 3-0 Cardinals. 1-4. Home run 1 through 7. Triple 8 through 20. We rolled a 14. So Lou Brock's now 2 for 3. And he has just knocked in 2 runs. Two ribbies for Brock. And it is now 3-0 Cardinals. So Bob Gibson keeps the inning alive. And so does Dahl. After Rick Wise struck out the first 2 batters, Maxfield singled. Gibson nearly beheaded Wise with a line shot up the middle. And now Lou Brock triples. 3-0 Cardinals. They're my sleeper team in this tournament. And here comes Curt Flood. Flood 1 for 2. Could easily be 2 for 2 with 2 ribbies. He has 1 ribby, then was robbed in a diving catch by Callison in right. And Flood's at third. Brock's at third. The pitch to Flood, who's at the plate. Wise fires in a 3-5, trying to jam Flood. Righty-righty matchup. 5, and a 9. And there's a single. He takes that inside pitch, and he singles to center. Brock trots in from third. It is 4-0 Cardinals. Flood's knocked in his second. He's now 2 for 3. Wise on the verge of being KO'd. It was a split on the 3-5. Could have been a triple, 1 through 2, but we rolled a 9, so it was a single. Another run knocked in. As this game is getting away from the Phillies, it is now 5-0. Four nothing. Excuse me. 4-0. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 4. So Brock scores. Flood is at first. And here's Veda Pinson. He's 0 for 2. The pitch to Pinson. 6-8. 6-8. Ground ball to third. Up with it is Joseph. He'll throw to first. And the side is retired. But damage was done to the tune of 3 runs. The big blast. The Brock triple after Wise struck out Shannon and Javier, Maxwell and Gibson single, and Brock cleared the bases. Top of the 5th, 4-0 Cardinals. Due up for the Phillies, Johnson, Callison, and Money to face a very, very intense Bob Gibson. Phillies continue to warm their bullpen. As Todd B says, Phils might take a week to score 4 runs. Yeah, with this lineup. They needed to stay close. Their pitching's not bad, but Wise has been whacked around. So here's Duran Johnson. He singled and then was doubled off on the line out to second by Callison. Gibson deals to Duran Johnson. That was a 13. 5-7. Righty. 5-7. Single. He does it again. Duran Johnson, 5-7. A double 1 through 4. 13's a single to center. So he's 2 for 2. He's jumped all over that fastball twice. Now I'll bring up Johnny Callison. Philip Reynolds, hope all is well. Check out his YouTube channel. Happy Father's Day. Callison digs in the left-hander's batter's box. Remember, he did strike the ball well, but doubled into the line drive on the diving catch by Julian Javier from his knees through to Torre at first. Gibson rocks and deals to Johnny Callison. 6-5. 6-5 and an 11. And that's a single. 2 stars on the split. Duran Johnson goes first to third. And here come the Phillies. So Johnson and Callison have hit Gibson hard. And on the split, 6-5, left-handed batter. 1 through 3 is a triple, but we rolled an 11. So first and third, no outs. McCarver thought about going out to the mound, and Gibson glared at him. McCarver just sort of went back behind the plate. And here comes Don Money. Not a good hitting year in 69. 0 for 1, he flew to left. First and third. Right. Oh, my God, this is a horrible part of the order. The pitch to Money. Gibson's got to get these guys, and I think he will. That's a 4-3. Righty. 4-3. Fly ball right field X. So this should score a run at least. The right fielder is Pinson. He's a 2, and that's a 19. So a 2 and a 19. You know, this might not be a deep enough fly ball. 2-19 to right. Well, let's make sure what I say, right or left. 4-3. Fly ball to right, Veda Pinson. 2-19 fly ball B. 2-19 fly ball B, and that will score the run. Let me just double check here. Batter is out at first. Runner on third scores. So a sac fly for Don Money. Scoring from third is Duran Johnson. The Phillies are on the board. And it's now 4-1. Cardinals. Callison stayed at first. So a good job by Don Money to make a productive out. Phillies pulled it within 3. Itinerary Hobbyist hope ball as well. Happy Father's Day. Now bring up Mike Ryan. Ryan struck out. Callison, not a threat to steal at first. Gibson picks up the sign for McCarver. He rocks and deals to Mike Ryan. 6-7. Righty, 6-7. Strike 3. Couldn't even pull the trigger. Tied up on the inside fastball. Second time Ryan's gone down via the K, and that's K number 5 for Bob Gibson. Don't call him Bobby. And here comes Rick Wise. Remember, Gibson threw the ball over Wise's head. Wise pooped himself and then popped out to the catcher on the next pitch. Wise would love to get that 3 on his hitter's card. Good hitting pitcher. Callison will be off on contact. And they're not going to hold him on. He'll be a +2, 1 through 16. Here's the pitch from Gibson to his counterpart, Rick Wise. That's a 1-7. Ground ball, hard hit to short. Backhanding it is Maxwell. He fires to Torrey, and the side is retired. But the Phillies do get 1 on the sac fly by Don Money. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 4-1 Cardinals. Due up for the Cardinals. Torrey, McCarver, and Shin to face Rick Wise. All right. And let's do some count. 2, 3. Okay, so Wise did hit the ball hard, but nice play by Maxwell at short. Phillies do get 1. Let's see if Wise can settle in now. Keep it a 3-run deficit and hope the Phillies somehow get hot against Gibby. So here's Joe Torre. He's 0 for 2. Is robbed of a 2-run homer on the leaping catch and left by Duran Johnson, and he struck out. Ryan pounds the mitt, sets the target. The pitch to Joe Torre. 2-9. Righty, 2-9. Slowly hit ball to second. Charging it is Taylor. Quick release over to first. 1 down. Torrey's now 0 for 3. Now bring up the left-handed batting catcher, Timmy McCarver. The windup and the pitch from Wise to McCarver. 5-10. Left-handed batter. 5-10. Strike 3 on the breaking pitch. Couldn't pull the trigger. Second time he's got McCarver via the K. McCarver's now 1 for 3. Wise has now struck out 5. But this is where he had difficulty in the last inning. Got the first 2 batters out, and then everything broke loose. The dam busted, as they say. Here comes Mike Shannon, third baseman. He singled and struck out 1 for 2. Digs in the right-hander's batter's box. Ryan goes through the signs. A quick nod of the head by Rick Wise. The leg kick and the pitch to Mikey Shannon. 6-6. You get your kicks on Route 66. Righty, 6-6. Fly ball right field, deep, going back, reaching up, and making the catch. Oh boy, it was a juggling catch, but he makes it. Is Callison. 1, 2, 3. Go the Cards. We're through 5 here in St. Louis. It is 4-1 Cardinals. The winner advances in this 1-and-done 1969 tournament. Due up in the top of the 6th for the Phillies at the top of the order. Taylor, Joseph, and Allen to face Bob Gibson. Itinerary Hobbyist says, local radio just played Gibson's World Series third game win in 1967 versus a certain Red Sox team. Weird hearing the call. I did think of you while I was listening because it sounded like an Al Red Sox fan call. Well, thank you. Jim Lonborg pitched on 2 days rest in Game 7 against Gibson and got annihilated. But still, he pitched on 2 days rest after winning 2 games. All right, here are the Phillies. Taylor is 0 for 2. He's grounded to short and lined out to third. Gibson back up on the bump. The pitch from Gibby to Tony Taylor. 6-4. Will it close the door? Righty, 6-4. And a 2-line shot past the dive of Shannon at third into left. 1 through 6 is a single. We rolled a 2. Had it been 7 or higher, it would have been a line out. But Taylor singles, and he's 1 for 3. The Golden Eagle 99. Hope all is well. Thank you for joining us. Happy Father's Day. So Tony Taylor's at first. Now bring up Rick Joseph. Joseph 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. Gibson hoping for the double play ball. Javier and Maxville pinch the middle. The pitch to Rick Joseph. 1-7. 1-7. Fly ball. Center field. Underneath. Making the catch is Flood. Retreating back to first is Tony Taylor. Joseph is now 0 for 3. Now bring up the dangerous Dick Allen. Allen is singled and struck out. If he jacks one out of the park, it will be a 1-run ball game. Gibson, he's ready. The high leg kick and the pitch to the dangerous Dick Allen. Threes across the board. 3-6. 3-6. Ball 4. So Allen works a walk. Taylor advances to second. Second time Allen has reached base. The first time via a single. Sandwich between the walk and the single, a strikeout. So 1 out, 2 on. Tying run comes to the plate, and Larry Heisel go on to play for the Brewers, have quite a good career. Heisel 0 for 2. He's grounded short and struck out. McCarver goes through the sign. A quick nod of the head of the glaring Bob Gibson. The windup and the pitch to Larry Heisel. 2-10. Can the Phillies come back here? 2-10, and that's a single. 2 stars as he rips a shot to center. Racing around third and scoring is Tony Taylor. It's now a 4-2 ball game. Allen goes first to third. And Heisel is now 1 for 3 with a ribby. The Phillies have cut the lead in half. And there's still only 1 out. Larry Heisel clapping his hands at first. Gibson doesn't like that. Heisel glares at Gibby. Rick Wise cheering them on from the Phillies dugout. So first and third, 1 out. And here comes Deron Johnson, who's 2 for 2. Johnson and Callison have hit Gibson quite hard. Gibson needs that double play ball here. They're going to play for 2. Deron Johnson shows no fear, ready to grip and rip. Gibson glares. Johnson's ready. The pitch. Homeward bound. Gibson fires in a 6-6. You get your kicks on Route 66. 6-6 and a 1. Single to center. Single to left. Line shot over the leap of Shannon. And Deron Johnson is 3 for 3. Trotting in from third is Dick Allen. And we have a 1-run ball game. It's 4-3. As here come the Philadelphia Phillies. Deron Johnson 3 for 3. He's scored a run and now he's knocked one in. Going station to station is Larry Heisel, 90 feet, and stops. Still only 1 out. Oh, Nelly. As the late, great Keith Jackson would say. Or something like that. So Heisel's at second. Deron Johnson is at first, 4-3. The Cardinals start to get their bullpen up, and here comes Johnny Callison. Callison lined into a double play and singled. McCarver does go out this time to have a word with Gibson. It's a quick conversation. Back behind the plate, squats down, sets the target. Gibson fires in a 4-8 to Johnny Callison, left-handed batter. 4-8, swing and a miss. He blows a fastball by him. Gibson gets back on track. That is the 6th strikeout for Gibson, who's given up 3 runs to the Phillies. Dave Little, happy Father's Day. Hope all is well. 2 outs. Tying run at second in Heisel. Heisel, 1-16. They're going to hold him close to only make it a +1. And Money's a right-handed batter, so it would be the second baseman, Julian Javier, holding him close. So his range will go from a 2 to a 3. Money did knock in a run with a sac fly in his last at-bat to right, and he's also flown out to left. He is 0 for 1. The pitch to Don Money, and the Phillies need him to be Money right now. Gibson fires in a 3-6 to Don Money. 3-6. Hard hit ball to third. Shannon's up with it. Throws across the diamond to Torrey, and the side is retired. But the Phillies pull to within 1. They score 2. It's now 4-3. We go to the bottom of the 6th here in St. Louis. Due up for the Cardinals, Javier, Maxfield, and Gibson. So Money was not Money this time. Another good game in our 1969 tournament. They've all been good games. If you missed the last one, wow, the last one was unbelievable. That's all I'll say. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, the last game between the Senators, Dick Bosman on the mound against the Seattle Pilots and Diego Segui. It's on the channel. So it'll be Julian Javier. Javier is 0 for 2. He's flown out and struck out. Rick Wise, now with only a 1-run deficit, has to keep it at that. The pitch to Julian Javier, 4-3. What will it be? We shall see. Righty-righty, 4-3. It's a single to left. As Javier rips the fastball. Here come the Cardinals. So Javier's at first, C Steeler. Wise is a +2. Ryan has a neutral arm of 0. Stealing second, 1-13. Dahl Maxfield's an A bunter. Oh, it'd be something if we could steal second and then bunt him to third. And he's going. It's a 9. So Julian Javier, and let me make sure I looked at that correctly. He's a C stealer. 1-11. He would have made it anyway. But Rick Wise is a +2. So that's a 1-13. Ryan's a 0. 1-13. He makes it. So I just lost the chart. Oh, nuts. Let me pick that up. Chart fell down. All right. We have recovered the chart. So Javier's at second. Stolen base. Maxfield will now bunt. They're going to play for the bunt. So he goes from an A to a B. And that's a 4. That's going to advance the runner. So going to third on the successful bunt is Julian Javier. B4. Gibson fields it. His only plays to first. He throws. I'm sorry. Wise fields it. His only plays to first. Covering the bag is the second baseman, Tony Taylor. So that's 1-3 on the sac bunt. 1-3 sac bunt. And again, Javier advances to third. And that will bring up Bob Gibson, who will hit for himself. Gibson is 1 for 1. He has a sac bunt and a single. And he scored a run. And here we go. Wise needs a strikeout here. They're not going to play the infield in. The pitch to Bob Gibson. 6-6. Get your kicks on Route 66. Fly ball right field. And that's going to be deep enough. It's a fly ball B. So Gibson, again, doing it all like Bogey and Pakal. Making the catch. And right is Callison. Tagging up from third is Julian Javier. And the Cardinals get one of those runs back. It's now 5-3, so Bob Gibson knocks in a run on the sack to right. So a single, a stolen base, a sack bunt. That's baseball, my friends. That is baseball. Top of the order now with one out. Lou Brock, who is 2 for 3, singled, scored, stole a base, scored, and tripled, knocked in 2 runs and scored. And he's also flown out to left. So here's Brock with one out. Wise has given up 5 runs. We're going to try to get him through this inning, and then we'll go to the pen. The pitch from Wise to Brock. Will it be a wise decision to keep him in? 5-5. Left-handed batter. 5-5. No, it's not. That's a single to left. Brock sits back on the breaking pitch and slaps it to left. Brock's now 3 for 4. And that's going to be it for Ricky Wise. As Ricky, they've lost your number, that's for sure. So I think that's going to be it for Rick Wise because Kurt Flood has owned him. Who are we going to go to in the bullpen? There is no tomorrow, folks. Will we go to Bill Wilson? You know what? We're going to stick with Wise. Hope he induces a double play ball. Come on. We're going to give you one more batter, Rick. All right, so Brock's at first. Oh, actually, he's going to steal. I mean, that's that. Yeah, he's going to steal. All right. This is not good. And it's a +2. So that's 1 through 19. All right. What's Bill Wilson? -2. He can go 4 innings of relief. So it's going to be Bill Wilson. That's it for Rick Wise. Rick Wise can only lose it. He can't win it. Wise went 5 1/3. And he's given up 5 runs so far. He's responsible for Brock at first, who will most likely be at second shortly. And now we bring in Bill Wilson. Well, I misspelled his name. One too many. My God, I put 3 freaking L's. Jesus Christ, Al. Oh, that's an I. Anyway, I put 2 W's. There should 2 L's. It should only be 1. Bill Wilson, 2 wins, 5 losses, 6 saves, 3.32. His hold is a -2. Lou Brock's a AA stealer. 1 through 17 -2 is 15. He's going to go. And he is safe. That's a 3. Possible throwing error by Ryan. 1 through 9. He gets up and goes to third. And it's a 17. So Ryan does not get the throwing error. Great play by the second baseman, Tony Taylor, smothering the ball. So a stolen base for Lou Brock. And that's his second of the game. He's in scoring position with 1 out. And so Wilson will face Kurt Flood, who's 2 for 3. Could easily be 3 for 3. 2 singles, 2 ribbies. The pitch to Flood. 2-6, pick up some sticks. 2-6, fly ball left field. Going back a bit. Making the catch is Duran Johnson. Retreating back to second is Brock. So there's 2 away. Brock +2 if we don't hold him close. We're not going to hold him close. Most likely he's going to score anyway. I don't want to cut down the fielder's range. I learned that from baseball demos. And here's Vada Pinson. 0 for 3. Wilson's got to get Pinson. 5-3 game. Cardinals in the lead. The windup and the pitch from Wilson. He fires into Pinson. A 4-7 left-handed batter. 4-7 swing and a miss. Blows the fastball by him. The side is retired. The book on Rick Wise is closed. 5 runs, all of them earned. And he struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's in line to lose this game. Top of the 7th. Cardinals up 5-3. Gibson goes back up on the bump. Gibby has been masterful. I mean, again, they've hit him, but he's pitched well, and he's hit quite well. He's knocked in a run. He's scored a run. What more do you want, people? It's Bob Gibson. Give him a break. You can't shut everybody out. Anyway. Alrighty. So Wilson holds the damage to 1. Big Polly, how you doing? Hope all is well. Happy Father's Day to Big Polly. And everyone else in the chat. And so it's Mike Ryan. Shoot, I just should have did a double switch. Ah, nuts. I didn't do the double switch. Then the pitcher, who's going to probably hit for himself. Oh, God, pitcher card 1. Mike Ryan's awful. But he's going to hit. Ah, man, they don't have a bench at all. Well, I should have done a double switch. Should have took money out. That 3 columns not bad for Ryan, though. He's due. Mike Ryan's due. We're going to keep him in there. Gibson deals to Mike Ryan, who struck out twice. And he's probably going to strike out for the 3rd time. 6-10. 6-10. No, he makes contact. Fly ball center field defense check. Flood is a 1. We rolled a 6. 1. 6. And he makes the running catch to the gap. And that's 1 out. Good job. Great jump by Curt Flood. So 1 out in the top of the 7th. Wilson is a 1-hitter's card, as I failed to make the switch. Yeah, you kind of got to pinch hit for him. You know what? You got to pinch hit for him. Let's just look, and I think it's going to be Briggs. Where's Briggs? Johnny Briggs, 238. It's going to be Johnny Briggs. So we made a boo-boo, folks. We didn't do a double switch. I pulled a John Farrell. As I totally forgot the double switch. You got to pinch hit here. Down 2 in the 7th. So Wilson only pitches 2/3 of an inning. And he struck out 1. So Wilson's day is done. Johnny Briggs will pinch hit here in the top of the 7th. Briggs, 238, 12 homers, 46 ribbies. So Johnny Briggs will pinch hit. Tony Taylor on deck. Briggs, left-handed batter. Gibson's ready. The high leg kick and the pitch to Johnny Briggs. 1-6, 1-6, and he works a walk. They needed that. So Briggs is at first. He works a walk. Gibson and McCarver wants to know where that pitch is. And the tying run comes to plate, and Tony Taylor, who is 1 for 3. He's ground out, lined out, singled, and scored. Our next pitcher for the Phillies will be Turk Farrell. Let's see what Tony Taylor can do. Cardinals have bullpen action. Here's the pitch from Gibson to Taylor. 4-5. Righty, 4-5. Strike 3. Inside corner. Fastball. He could not pull the trigger. Another K for Bob. 2 outs. And that is strikeout number 7 for Gibson. So Briggs will be off on contact. And here's Rick Joseph. Joseph 0 for 3. Gibson picks up the sign from McCarver. Briggs will be off on contact. They're not going to hold him close, so he's a +2, 1 through 16. Pitch homeward bound to Rick Joseph. 1-11. 1-11. Bounding ball to second. Javier has it. Over to Torrey, and the side is retired. The walk does not hurt. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Cardinals have a 5-3 lead. And let's just put the pitcher's card back in here, even though it's not the right hitter's pitcher's card, but it'll just remind us the pitcher's coming up. Johnny Briggs is done. Joseph made the last out. Dick Allen will lead things off for the Phillies in the top of the 8th. They're down 2. Cardinals hoping for more. Bill Wilson, because I didn't make a double switch, is out of the game. And Turk Farrell will come in. 3 wins, 4 losses. Oh, God, a 4 ERA, 3 saves. You know what? We might go to a starter who can... they had a starter who can pitch in relief. Not much better. So it's going to be Turk Farrell. He can go 3 innings. No double switch. Those guys at the top of the lineup can hit. So the Phillies use their 3rd pitcher here. And it's Turk Farrell. Pretty funny because I pulled a John Farrell in my stupidity of not doing a double switch. All right, here comes Turk Farrell. He's a righty. He's going to face Joe Torre. Tim McCarver and Mike Shannon. Torre 0 for 3 was robbed of a 2-run homer in the first on the leaping catch by Deron Johnson in left. He struck out and grounded out. Farrell deals to Joe Torre looking for his first hit. 1-5, 1-5, and a 10, and Torre gets it. That's a line shot past the dive of the 3rd baseman, Joseph. So it's a single to left for Joe Torre on the split. 1-5, single 1 through 16. We rolled a 10. So Torre picks up his first hit. And here come the Cardinals in the bottom of the 7th. Torre's at first. He's definitely not a threat to run. McCarver is a C bunter. Would they play for the bunt? Would they play for the bunt? Probably not. But usually I say they would. He's going to swing away. Farrell deals to left-handed batter Tim McCarver. That's a 1-8, 1-8. Line shot to first. A leaping catch by Allen, quickly diving back as Allen tried to race to the bag. But Torre gets back, so McCarver hit it on the screws, but he lines out again to Allen at first. And a great play. 1 out, 1 on for Mike Shannon, the 3rd baseman. Has singled, struck out, and flown to right. He's 1 for 3. Torre takes a very slight lead. Turk Farrell is ready. He deals to Mike Shannon. Don't call me Del Shannon. That's a 2-4. Will it close the door? Righty, 2-4. Ground ball. B to second. Up with it is Joseph. They will get the middle runner. The relay throw is not in time. So Shannon reaches on the fielder's choice. 4-6. Torre is out. So there's 2 outs. Torrey is off the base paths. Appa Brian, how you doing? Check out that wonderful channel. I got to catch up on a lot of his videos. Good stuff there. Happy Father's Day. So Shannon's at first. 2 outs. Oh, okay, that's not right. Here we go. And I'll bring up Julian Javier. I flipped it the wrong way. So here's Julian Javier to face Turk Farrell. Julian, 1 for 3, fly out to right, strikeout, single, stolen base, and has scored a run. The pitch to Javier, 6-11, righty, 6-11, single to left. Shannon, 2 outs, was not being held on. 1 through 15. He's going to try to go first to third here. And he just makes it. Because he's a +2. 1 through 15. And it's a 14. So Shannon goes first to third. And here come the Cardinals once again. And that'll bring up Dahl Maxville, who has walked, singled, and scored, and had a sacrifice bunt. On deck, Bob Gibson. Gibson's been no slouch in this game. Sack bunt, singled, and scored, and a sack fly for a ribby. First and third. This could be it. These could be the final nails in the Phillies' coffin. They're down 5-3, bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch to Maxville from Turk Farrell. Will he be the Turk? 3-3, what will it be? We shall see. Bounding ball to second. Taylor has it. Over to Allen, and the side is retired. Cardinals strand 2, including a runner at third. We go to the top of the 8th. 5-3 Cardinals. Due up for the Phillies to face Bob Gibson, Allen, Heisel, and Deron Johnson. Deron Johnson's 3 for 3. The Dog Show. How you doing, my friend? Check out that wonderful channel. He's been doing some really... He did Ben-Hur to Steppenwolf, Born to Be Wild. The Ben-Hur chariot scene, absolutely outstanding. Then he did Arya Starks in one of next to last episode, Game of Thrones, to the Beastie Boys Sabotage. Really fun stuff. Check out the Dog Show. And he's gonna do... I made him a request, and I can't wait to see Amazing Grace sung by Judy Collins to some highlights of Shane. Shane, don't leave, Shane. All right, here we go. Bob Gibson back up on the bump to face Dick Allen, who's 1 for 2. A single, a strikeout, and a walk. He scored a run. Gibby deals to Allen. Ball game continues, 6-7. Righty-righty matchup, 6-7. Swing and a miss. He blows a fastball by Dick Allen. K number 8 for Bob Gibson. Quickly getting the ball back to Gibby up on the mound. Here's Larry Heisel. Heisel, 1 for 3. Ground out to short, strikeout, a single for a ribby. The intense one, Gibson, nods his head. The violent windup and the pitch to Larry Heisel, the Phillies center fielder. 6s across the board. 6-12, righty-righty, 6-12. Fly ball, left field defense check. The left fielder is Brock. It's a 2 and a 15. He should make the play. Left field, 2-15. Coming in, and making the running catch is Lou Brock. 2 down. Heisel's now 1 for 4. As the Dog Show says, got clip ready. It's the first one. Had to edit the kid out, though. That's okay. I look forward to it. Check out the dog show. Love that channel. He should have 1 million subscribers. I don't understand why all you wonderful YouTubers don't have more subscribers. I just don't get it, because I don't understand. People watch poop on YouTube. That's you think there's enough poop in the world already. You don't have to watch the poop on YouTube. Watch the good stuff. The dog show. All right, here's Deron Johnson, 3 for 3. Let's see if... I don't think Gibby will plunk him, because then the tying run would come to the plate in Callison. Can Deron Johnson go 4 for 4? Gibson glares at Deron Johnson. Johnson glares at Gibson. Pitch homeward bound. 6, 9. Righty, 6, 9. Swing and a miss! Gibson finally blows a fastball by Deron Johnson. And that's strikeout number 9. And 1, 2, 3 go the Phillies, and ding ding goes the trolley. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 5 to 3. Cardinals here in St. Louis. The winner advances in our 1-and-done tournament. And here comes Bob Gibson to lead things off against Turk Farrell. Gibson's going to hit for himself. Again, he is 1. He's 1 for 1. He had a sac bunt, a single, he scored a run, and a sac fly to right for a ribby. So Gibson will hit for himself. Farrell deals to the intense one, Bob Gibson, 6'11". And Gibson's a right-handed batter with normal power, 6'11". And guess what Bob Gibson just did? He singled off the pitcher's card as he turns on that fastball and rips it to left. 6'11", single to left. Gibson is 2 for 2. You gotta love Bob. So Gibson is at first. He's a slow runner. 1 through 10. That'll bring up Lou Brock. Farrell deals to Brock. Brock looking for another hit. He's tripled in 2 runs and singled. Stolen a base, scored twice. Actually stolen 2 bases. That's a 6-4. Left-handed batter. 6-4. Ground ball to third. Defense check. Third baseman is Joseph. 4 against a 16. Third base, 4. 16. Oh, God, this is tough to see here. 4, 16. Joseph to Taylor. The relay throw not in time. So Brock beats out the double play ball. They do get Gibby. He's out on the fielder's choice. 5 to 4. And I used the wrong color pen, fudge knocker. That's how I tell who the pitchers are. We'll just put a red square around it. Okay. So there's 1 out. Brock is at first. That's a good trade-off. Probably should have just went to first with the ball to get Brock. And you know Lou's going to steal. And Turk Farrell's a +1, so this is going to be 1 through 18. This could be Brock's 3rd stolen base. And it is. That's a 5, so he steals his 3rd base. Big weapon for Lou Brock. He has stolen 3 in the game. So Brock's at second. 1 out for Kurt Flood. Jeff Ray, how you doing, my friend? Flood has knocked in 2. He is 2 for 4 on singles. It's a 1-6 to Kurt Flood. Righty-righty matchup. 1-6 fly ball center field. Out number 2. Fly ball B to center field. With a question mark. I believe Brock holds at second. He wouldn't tag up there, even with the question mark. So there's 2 down. Brock will not be held close, as, again, the 1 through 17 is now 1 through 19. Odds are he's going to score, or would have been 1 through 18, going to score anyway. The pitch to Vada Pinson, left-handed batter, 2s across the board, 2-4. Will it close the door on Vada? Right-handed pitcher, 2-4, jammed and popped up right side. Calling for it is Allen. He makes the catch. The side is retired. We go to the top of the ninth. Last call for alcohol. At 2, you're through. And if the Phillies don't score 2, they're through. 2 to tie, 3 to go ahead. Bob Gibson looking for the complete game here, as he is back out for the ninth. Point of weakness check starts now for Bob Gibson. And now let's look. Do we want to make any defensive switches? No. We'll look pretty solid, obviously, in the outfield. Torrey's a 3 at first. I don't think we have a better... We're going to keep everything the same defensively. For the Phillies, if they were ahead, there were going to be a couple of defensive switches, but they're not. Alrighty. It'll be Callison, Money, and Ryan. Well, a pinch hitter most likely for Ryan. Callison lined into a double play, single and struck out. 1 for 3. Gibson works quickly to Johnny Callison. 6-5. Left-handed batter. 6-5 and a 9. And there's another single. A single to center. 1 through 3 would have been a triple, but we rolled a 9, and that is a single to center. So Johnny Callison has hit Gibson quite hard. And another single and walk, or 2 singles, 2 walks, and Gibson hits point of weakness. Now I'll bring up Don Money. Money, 0 for 2. He does have a sac fly for a ribby. And Philadelphia will go to the bench. Don Money. Ron Stone. You know, Don Money still has a better card, in my opinion, than Ron Stone. He's got to get the 1 column. Stone's got to get the 1 column. Stone has a few more on the 2 and the... I mean, not much. He's got a couple of chances to get on with the 3, but... he's a lefty. Let's look at Terry Harmon. All right, Ron Stone's going to pinch hit. We got Terry Harmon ready, too. So Ron Stone will pinch hit for Don Money. Here in the 9th, pinch hitter, Stone. With Callison at first, Ron Stone will pinch hit for Don Money. Money's out of the ball game. And we got Terry Harmon ready to pinch hit. Here's the pitch from Gibby to Ron Stone. Let's see what the pinch hitter can do. Last pinch hitter walked. That's a 3-7. 3-7. Swing and a miss. He blows the fastball right by him. 1 out, 1 on. Strikeout number 10 for Gibson. And Terry Harmon will pinch hit for Ryan. Harmon. Ryan's done. Cardinals 2 outs away from advancing to the Sweet 16. Terry Harmon, 239, 1 homer, 16 ribbies. Right-handed batter. McCarver sets the target. The pitch from Gibson to Terry Harmon. 4-10. Righty-righty. 4-10. Ground ball to short. Defense check. Maxville is a 2, and that's a 16. 2-16. Maxville's up with it. Fires to Torrey. 2 down. That's a double play. What the hell am I saying? Ball game over. Ball game over. 2 16. Ground ball A, 6-4-3, and this game is over. The Cardinals advance. I forgot there was a guy on. This game is over, folks. It was a workmanlike performance by Bob Gibson. As the pinch hitter, Harmon scorches one to the shortstop, Maxville, over to Javier, on to Torrey, 4-6-3. Cardinals win. The Cardinals win. The Cardinals win. Final score, 5-3. Phillies gave them a run for their money, but time ran out, and so did the outs. So there you have it. The winning pitcher, Bob Gibson, goes the distance. He struck out 10, gave up 3 runs. Losing pitcher, Rick Wise, he went 5 innings, 5 runs, struck out 5. And then we had Wilson and Farrell to finish off the game. Cardinals advance. So the 4-seeded Cardinals in the first 16 teams. Remember, the best 8 teams got a bye. So they're automatically in the Sweet 16. And now so are the Cardinals. The 4 seed beats the 13-seeded Phillies in our first round of 16, 5-3. Thank you very much. Happy Father's Day. Be safe. Be smart. I appreciate your time. God bless. You know it's coming, folks. Peace!